Oh, yes I did. Bruh, that's 3 4s and a PB Alabama bass. It is brutal out here. The wind is howling. It's cold. I got up. I'm the only person on the lake. 47 degrees. Crankbait smash. Let's go. There's a lot of rods, man. There's a lot of rods, dude. I'm gonna pull some of these out. I don't really know. I know I want to throw crankbaits. I was surprised, man. When I launched the boat today, the water temperature was 53 at the ramp. The ramp is not protected. The ramp is wide open to the lake. And as I came across the middle of the lake, I had anywhere from 51 to 52 degrees in 21 feet of water in the wide open middle. So I am hoping for a crankbait bite. I really don't expect to get anything today though. I hooked one on a crankbait. Holy smokes, 52-degree water. It's a grown one. Let me back the drag off some. I don't have a net. Of course I don't have a net. Whatever this is, it's a grown one. It's a grown one. Look at that rod bend. Oh, it's a grown one. It's a bass, and she grown. Oh, she grown. Oh, toady, toad. It's a toad. It's a toad, homie. I don't have a good hook in it. Yeah! Yes, I did, boy. Yes, I did. Grown one. On the crankbait, homie. The day after a massive cold front. I mean massive. It was 14 degrees this morning. Had 1.5 inches of snow at my house. The kayak was frozen into the truck. And that's a grown one. Grown. Let's get that photo. All right. Look at that. Can y'all see that? One hook. This is a Gamakatsu, and this is why I changed my hooks out. Everything but Yozuri in my box gets a new hook. Just saying. Let's get a length on her. Let's get a length on fat girl here. Huh? Right about 19 inches. Oh, I got a scale today. Yeah. 396. All right, fat girl. Thank you. First fish, 4-pounder. Synthetic fibers, man. I can wring and pound almost all the water out of this. I'm gonna set it right here. Let the wind dry it. Let's see what else is. Now, they're in the sun. They're rocks. And God dog, I got popped again. That quick. And there's massive deep water right off of them. So these fish can just move up and down. That's one of the reasons why I stopped right here. There's 25 feet of water right here and 0 within a cast. Within a cast distance, less than my maximum cast distance, you can go from 0 feet to 25 feet. And I apologize, everybody. You can see me checking the GoPro right here. The camera glitched. I lost all the audio. I just hooked up a mic to cut the wind noise, and I lost all audio. So apologize. We got a voiceover. After I caught that fish, I fished around in that pocket and on that drop off, and I've caught nothing. So my intention when I came to the lake was to fish points that had stumps on them, throwing the same crankbait to try to see if the fish were staging, trying to move up. Fished up this whole bank, and I actually didn't catch anything. Here, I have an ultralight in my hand looking for crappie. I continued up that creek arm, and I got into the back of this creek. Now you can see right about here, I'm kind of pausing. I think it's because I saw the depth finder. And as I went up this creek, I went from 52.6 water temperature. When I got right here, I looked down and the depth finder said 46 degrees. At that point, I was like, yeah, I'm leaving. I'm not going to stay in here. So you see me just looking around, not casting, trying to decide if it's even worth it or what's going on. Bald eagle flies away. But yeah, I just called that a wrap. We turned around to get out of there. There's no point in fishing 46, 45 degree water. The sleet and freezing rain just knocked it all down. Here, I had to go across the middle of the lake, and like I said, the wind's blowing 27, so I got down in my boat. When I got home later, there was water in the boat. There were, you can't really tell, but the front of the boat is actually wet up there in front of the trolling motor, all those sparkles. The waves were coming over the front of the boat because I had to go straight into them. I had a good bit of water in the boat when I got home, but the boat did well. For the first time out, really, it really did do exceptionally well, so I couldn't have been more pleased. I was throwing, that is a David Fritz, Fritz side by Berkeley, and it's a beautiful crankbait, comes through the water wonderful, but I didn't get anything on it, so I put that up. That's on my beautiful Curado, green Curado that I rebuilt. I love that reel now. So I went back to my classic. That's a, I don't know if I said it, but I can't link it in the comments because they don't make it, but that is a Baby Wiggle-O by Cotton Cordell, real old school bait, crushes in the springtime. So I knew I wanted to fish it when I left the house, and turns out it was money. So I caught that other fish on the riprap. I went up, fished some more riprap, throwing the same crankbait, following the same pattern. And mind you, I'd already caught the 4, fished up the creek, had nothing, came down here and loaded up, and I knew this was another big fish. As soon as I set the hook and felt it, I'm like, that's a big fish. That's a big fish. I didn't know how big at that time, but then I saw how big that fish was. Crankbait. I throw these crankbaits on 10-pound test. That reel actually has a leader on it, but it's a 10-pound leader. Love the boat, decked out. I can actually play fish like it's a bass boat. I can step down in the well. I can move around the boat. I can get down lower like I'm doing here to actually land these fish when you're an idiot and forget your net. You can see me playing with the drag. I'm tightening it. I'm loosening it. I'm loosening it. I'm really playing this fish by feel. And it's a super limber rod, but with those treble hooks, and you see my thumbs on it because I've backed the drag off to allow the fish to run, but I still want to control that fish. So back up to the front of the boat. I got to get the boat from hitting the rocks because the wind is pushing me. And that's a big fish. At this point, I'm not really worried about breaking off. I am worried about the fish throwing it, just because, I mean, that's a hoss. That's a hoss. And landed with a mouthful of trebles. The first fish of the day was a 4. This one is another 4. You can't hear me, but right here I'm screaming. I can't believe I got 2 4s in one day. Make sure the camera's recording. At this point, I didn't know that the audio had cut out. The initial, when I was fooling with the phone, I was making sure I had audio, but didn't know I lost all my audio. And here I weighed this fish. If I recall, this fish went 397. So again, a 4 followed by a 4. on the same bait, fishing the same pattern. And it swam off just fine. And I'm geeked right here because I got 2 fish. I'm good on the day. I was really good on the day after the first fish, given the weather conditions. I fished around the riprap. I didn't get anything. I came back to the bridge and I had a thump on the first cast and I knew it wasn't a rock. And so this was my 3rd cast back in and the rod loaded up and I knew immediately this was another large fish. Not as big, but here the fish got under the boat and it actually comes up on the surface behind me underneath the outboard. So at this point, I'm worried about nixing the line because this fish has been all underneath the boat. I don't know what it is. I just know it's fighting really hard. You can see the bend in the rod. Right there, I realized it was a big Alabama bass. And my recollection is this is about my PB Alabama bass. There was one that might have been bigger, but I didn't have scales or measuring board on me, so I can't really count that one. But that's a big Alabama bass. Again, same crankbait, same pattern. Typically those school up, but here that was the only one I caught of that species. So I decided to go under because the wind is slamming me into this bridge. So I decided to go under the bridge back to where I caught the first fish because it's out of the wind to try to get a measurement and a reading on this fish. So got to get out of the wind. So this fish on the scale went 313. Considering that the only other fish I've got that's bigger than that one I didn't have any readings on, we're going to call that my PB Alabama bass. Yeah, 3.13 pounds. Pretty fish. Really pretty fish. Nuisance. Don't move fish around, guys. Don't introduce fish. That fish should not be in this lake. And putting it in this lake has caused all types of untold problems in other waterways that surround this lake. So it's just not a good look, guys. Don't do that. Don't move fish. So here I decided to go all the way down to the emergency spillway and fish back up all of the rocks on my way back to the truck because it's the only place I was getting fish. So now, as of right now, I've got a 313 Alabama bass, and I'm down here chucking this crankbait. I just caught a 423, and at some point when I was landing that fish, I knocked the wire out of the battery pack. Yeah, so that sucked. All types of camera issues all day. The gloves are soaking wet from landing the fish that I didn't get on camera. So I put the pliers and a battery pack in them to keep them from blowing away. And then I fished on around and I hooked this fish. The GoPro absolutely had a conniption fit. And I knew this was a hoss. When I hooked it, you could see me turning away from the rock trying to pull the fish out in open water. I don't know what the GoPro did. It was just not the day for my GoPro. I slowed this footage down as much as I can. If you watch, this fish is a monster. I'm thinking double digits when I first see it. Pulled the rod down to the gunnel, went under the rod actually made a sound when it hit the boat. The fish pulled it down so hard. I'm freaking out because I can see how big this fish is. Boom. Landed it. That's a tank. Now mind you, I've got a 4, a 4, a 313, and then I catch this fish.
Oh God! What? Where are y'all? Somebody jump on here with me. Somebody get on this live with me right now. Oh my God. Who is the first one who's gonna get in here? Come on, come on, come on. Who is that? Francis! 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 Oh my God! My hand is shaking. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That might be a double-digit fish. That might be a double ace. D. Look, D. My hand is shaking. Oh my God. I am shaking like a leaf. Look at the size of this fish. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, it weighs as much as my kid. Oh my gosh. I might have just broke my PB, dog. This might be my biggest bass. Oh. On this little crankbait. Hold on. I got the sun in your face. On that little crankbait. 10-pound test, bro. 10-pound test. Oh my gosh. Nope, not my PB. 22 inches. 22 inches. Isn't 22 inches a length citation? I'm pretty sure 22 inches is a length citation. Oh my God. Oh, I'm shaking. Oh, I'm shaking. Oh my gosh, I'm shaking. And I'm not shaking because I'm cold. I'm losing my voice. Oh my gosh. Oh. Come on, get over it. Not a PB. 7 pounds, 7.34 pounds. 7.34. I need a photo. I need a photo of the weight. I did. Dude just rolled down the street. Dude just rode down the street and said, "You're crazy. You're the only one out there." All right, I got to get this fish back. Almost 7.5 pounds. Thank you, big girl. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Woohoo, my God. Oh yes, I did. Oh my God. Biggest fish of the day. You ready, girl? You ready to go? You ready? Go. Seven point something. All right, D, are you? Who's here? Francis and D, y'all are still here. Let me tell y'all about today. I'm gonna tell y'all. Let me turn the camera around. Okay, I'm the only one out here. It's cold. As you can see, I'm wearing a hat. I caught my first fish was 4 pounds. My second fish was 4 pounds. My third fish was a PB spotted bass at 3.13 pounds. And then I just caught that fish at 7.2 pounds. I got 5 fish for like 20 pounds, bruh. 8, 12, 17, 20. I got 5 fish for 26 pounds. 5 for 26 pounds. What? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna keep fishing. I'm gonna keep fishing, y'all. I'm gonna keep fishing. I'm gonna keep fishing. Oh my God. I'm freezing. I'm freezing. What a day is an understatement. I love y'all. Thank you for jumping on my live. Did y'all see my hand shaking when I turned it on the turn on the phone? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Woo. Bye, y'all. After I caught that fish, the camera's screwing up. I hooked this fish and I knew it had weight. And when I landed, I go, it's not that big. It was only 3.4. When you have a day where you catch a 3.4 and you think, oh, it's not that big, what kind of day did you actually have? I wish the camera hadn't messed up. Apologize for the weird video. I've never done a voiceover before.
check out the podcast if you haven't. But yeah, this spring kind of sucks. The weather's crazy. I couldn't believe it. But hey, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching my way of fishing, and get out there and fish your way.